MEITY, that is your Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology, Meta has announced a list of 120 startups innovators for XR startup program. I repeat, Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology along with Meta has recently announced the list of 120 startups and innovators for the extended reality startup program that will be held in New Delhi. So two types of question. First, this XR startup program was jointly launched by which two organization? Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology and your Meta. All right, or either vice versa can be asked. Also, the program will discover, nurture and accelerate the extended reality technology startups and innovators across India. The program supports 40 early stage startups working on the extended reality technology with a grant of 20 lakh rupees provided to each 40 of these startups. Among these selected startups, that are these 40 startups, 30% of the startups are from tier 2 or tier 3 cities across India, and women led and co led startup innovators ranging from 20% of the total. All right, so this extended reality startup program was launched for 120 startups, out of which 40 will be selected, and MEITY and Meta has announced their list of 120 startups. Next is CMIE, that is your Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. I repeat, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, CMIE, that is India's unemployment. CMIE stated that India's unemployment rate has declined by 7.14% in January to the lowest in 4 months, that is 8.3% in the month of December. All right, and the unemployment rate was 8.03 in November 2022, while 7.92 in October. It was 6.43% in September. That means we can say that the number of unemployed people are rising day by day. Currently, in January 2023, what is the unemployment rate? 7.14%. Rural unemployment was around 6.48% in January, and urban unemployment was around 8.55%. So every time when you will be seeing, see here, the rural employment was unemployment was 6. That means rural employment was less, whereas urban employment was higher. Generally, this is reverse. All right. Even in Jammu and Kashmir, if we see, it was the highest unemployment rate that we have recorded. It was 21.8%, followed by Haryana, where it was 21.7%, and Rajasthan 21.1%. So these are some data that you need to remember, and there are high chance that these questions can definitely be asked. If I ask you what was the unemployment in Delhi in January, it was 16.75%. Next is India's first hydrogen train will come by December 2023 on the heritage routes. Highly important. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav recently announced that India's first hydrogen train will be designed and manufactured in India by December 2023, as the Union budget for 2023-2020 focuses on the green growth. That means we are talking about the renewable sources of energy and the sources of energy that does not pollute the environment. Once operational, the hydrogen train will operate on heritage circuits such as Kalka to Shimla before being expanded to other places. The main aim or the purpose of these trains are basically to exhibit the India's culture heritage through the trains that will be updated by adding new circuits to the list, such as Guru Kripa circuit also. Alright, apart from this, remember, the union budget for 23-24 has an allocation of 2.41 lakh crore rupees for railways, and the Amrit Bharat station scheme will redevelop 1275 stations while also revamping the production of Vande Bharat train. Alright, so the first hydrogen train will come by December 2023 on the heritage routes. Next we are talking about Indore Municipal Corporation. They have recently launched secured redeemable NCD of rupees 244 crore rupees. What are these NCDs? NCDs are basically non-convertible debentures. What are these NCDs? Non-convertible debentures. So remember, the debentures that cannot be converted into shares or equities are called non-convertible debentures. All right, they are used as a tool to raise long-term funds. All right, these NCDs are used to raise long-term funds by companies through a public issue, and recently Indore Municipal Corporation has raised 244 crore rupees from redeemable NCDs. All right, highly important. Take a note first of it. Then remember, these NCDs are of a face value of 1000 rupees each, aggregating of up to 122 crore rupees. The issue contains an option to retain over subscription of up to 122 crores, making the total size to 244 crore. Here, the return that has been offered by Indore Municipal Corporation is 8.25% rate of per annum, and they are payable half yearly. That means after every 6 months, the return here that is generated of the amount will be paid. Then each NCD shall consist of 4 separate transferable and redeemable principal tranches, each having a face value of 250 rupees. That means 4 tranches are there of 250, so total becomes, as we discussed, the face value of 1000 rupees. These NCDs will be issued from 10th to 14th of February in 2022, and they are proposed to be listed on NSE in India. All right, and if we see what, revise again, that Indore Municipal Corporation, they have launched these secure redeemable NCDs. And what are these NCDs? NCDs are your non-convertible debentures, and these are the basically debentures are those which cannot be converted into shares or equities, and they are basically used as a tool to raise long-term funds by the companies through a public issue. Moving on. Next is Kotak Mahindra Bank. They have implemented RBI's first phase of digital rupee. So this question is very important, friends, and a high chance of being asked that RBI's, which is the name of the bank that has recently implemented RBI's first phase of digital rupee, that is your e-rupee. So the bank that has implemented the first phase of central bank digital currency, that is e-rupee, will be your Kotak Mahindra Bank. Here, digital rupee, that is e-rupee, is a legal tender equivalent to bank note and coins, but issued a digital form by RBI. And if you are storing this e-rupee, you won't be getting any interest. Let me tell you this ahead. All right, this e-rupee is basically used for trading purpose only. The RBI has shortlisted Kotak Mahindra Bank as one of the 8 banks to implement it as a pilot project for the issuance of e-currencies. Apart from this, remember, Reliance Retail. Reliance Retail became the first organized real chain in India to accept the RBI created digital currency, that is e-rupee. If we talk about Kotak Mahindra Bank, Uday Kotak is the current managing director and chief executive officer. It was established in 2003 and the headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next is IDFC First Bank to receive 2,200 crore investment from IDFC Limited. I repeat, the board of IDFC Limited gave the in-principle approval for an investment of 2,200 crore rupees in IDFC First Bank, raising their stake in the bank that is currently 36.8% to 40%. Here, the parent firm, that is IDFC Limited, is planning to reverse merge the IDFC First Bank. All right. Also, remember, the IDFC board has approved a special interim dividend of 11 rupees per share, which would result in a payout of 287 crore rupees to the government of India and and IDFC's largest stakeholder, that is your government of India. All right. So coming back, remember, IDFC First Bank received 2,200 crore investment from IDFC Limited, and their stake in the bank currently, that is 36.38%, will be increased to 40%. And also, IDFC board has approved a special interim dividend of 11 rupees per share that would result in a payout of 287 crore rupees to the government of India. Moving on. Next is KFin Technologies, that is KFintech, has launched in the GIFT city. Where is this GIFT city? It is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. KFintech has formally signed a deal with 4 GIFT City funds and 2 global funds in GIFT City, while discussions with other asset managers continue. Here, KFintech is a top provider of technology-driven financial services that spans asset classes and offers comprehensive services and solutions to the Indian capital market ecosystem. The GIFT City IBU of FinTech will meet the rising demand for portfolio management, private wealth, and alternative investment. Next, we are talking about economy and businesses. PVR Cinema, where you go and watch the big movies on the big theater, that PVR Cinema has launched India's first multiplex within the airport complex in Chennai. Highly important news. PVR Cinema, they have launched a 5-screen property at PVR Aero Hub in Chennai International Airport, that is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And this is the India's first multiplex housed within an airport complex. That is the first multiplex that will be in an airport complex. It was launched by PVR Cinemas. And where was it launched? It was in the Chennai International Airport. A total of 1,155 seats are available, and it is outfitted with the cutting edge cinematic technologies, including 2K red, green, blue. This is RGB, is your red, green, blue laser projectors, real 3D digital stereoscopic projection for incredible clear, razor sharp, and ultra bright pictures. Also, they are equipped with Dolby Atmos high definition immersive audio. All right, highly important. So coming back, friends, which is the cinemas that has launched their first multiplex within an airport complex in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, that is at Chennai International Airport. It will be your PVR Cinemas. Next is Manuela Roca Botti. As you can see her in the picture, she has been appointed as the first female Prime Minister of Equatorial Guinea. I repeat, Manuela Roca Botti appointed as the first female Prime Minister of Equatorial Guinea. All right, highly important, and I want you to take a note of this. She will succeed whom? She will succeed Francisco Pescula Obama Asue. All right, she will replace him to be the first female Prime Minister of Equatorial Guinea. If we talk about her, remember, she was the Vice Chancellor of the National University of Equatorial Guinea. Also, she's a native of Bane district of Equatorial Guinea. Moving on, next we are talking about science and technology. And in today's generation, whenever we will be talking about science and technology, you will be seeing that 90% of the time we will be talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud. All right. So US-based GAASI initiates 3 projects in India in AI, drones, and semiconductors. I repeat, General Atomics. This GAASI is your General Atomics Aeronautical Systems. That is a major energy and defense corporation that is based in USA. They have begun 3 significant projects in India in the field of 1, artificial intelligence, 2nd in drones, and 3rd in semiconductors. The US India Business Council hosted this inaugural meeting under ICET that we discussed yesterday, which was attended by various US personals and India NSA, that is your Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Dovalji. Then here these significant projects, they are basically, one is in your artificial intelligence, that how can we increase the usage of artificial intelligence globally. And similarly, if we talk, one of the most talked about artificial intelligence in today's generation is your chat gpt, and there is a high chance and people are calling it as a google killer, and in the next 1 or 2 years it is said that chat gpt will be replacing google. All right, then next one is in your, in the field of drones, and we know that India is progressively working on, or we can say very aggressively working on the drone sector, because we are developing multiple drones so that we can use them in the agriculture sector, we can use them in transport of medicines, in the transport of goods for the armed forces also, if they are in the remote location. Also, if you remember, the DGCA also granted few certifications to the Garuda Aerospace also. Also, if you remember, the import of drones has been banned by the government of India. We can only import them for research and development project. All right. So apart from this, one more thing you need to remember: three significant projects. That is GAASI. First, this company has tied up with Bharat Forge Limited. It is one of the leading forging companies. Second, you need to remember that recently GAASI has also partnered with 114 AI. That is an Indian artificial intelligence company. And also third will be your third iTech. Also, they have partnered with third iTech. So these are some companies with which three projects have been initiated. Apart from this, a task force has been set up so that there can be ease of doing business between these two countries. Moving on. Next is your Parimal De. As you can see in the picture, he was the former Indian midfielder and East Bengal captain. He is related to which sport? He is related to football, and he recently passed away. Remember, in former Indian footballer Parimal De, who was fondly known as Jangla Da, has passed away at the age of 81. He was born in 1941 in West Bengal, and he has recently passed away. Also, friends, remember, among the tournaments, he has won Durant Football Cup. So multiple times this question has been asked in such a way that Durant Cup, this Durant Cup is related to which sport? So remember, Durant Cup is related to football. Similarly, Rovers Cup. Rovers Cup is related to which sport? Rovers Cup is related to football also. All right. Next is Palagumi Sainath has authored a new book, that is The Last Heroes. Directly remember, The Last Heroes, Foot Soldiers of Indian Freedom. This book was authored by whom?